As a police department, we need to deal with those hardest to reach individuals. We have to help them shake that stigma that is a barrier for them not only to reach out for immediate care, but also to address those underlying causes that have them using drugs in the first place.
And that's often what drives it, a history of abuse and neglect and pain and family members who have maybe gone down the same path. And that's the real challenge. It's a battle of the soul sometimes.
People are trying to fill something that they're lacking in their lives, that they feel a sense of, maybe there's a sense of emptiness, and they are searching for connection and a community.
An addiction is not something that we can push away and it's going to go away. It's something that we all have to deal with as a community.
When you have somebody who might be involved with drugs, potentially involved in sex work, and is trans, like your kind of average middle-class bloke walking down the sidewalk is going to look at that person and not see another human being.
If we fear something in ourselves, that's when we start to stigmatize others.
I think that's a real barrier because they see these people on the streets, they don't see them as actually humans.
And that's a problem because community acceptance is one of the fundamental things that brings health and well-being to all people.
When we try to place all the action to stop dying from overdose on the people who are at risk of overdose, I think we're taking away the role that we could all play as society into helping this overdose crisis end.
Because if you push that person down the street and forget about that person, it only increases their shame and their anger and their frustration. What if you tried something different?
This is what harm reduction really means to me, is ending those systems of violence and systems of exclusion that is not supportive and that pushes people towards not caring if they live or die.
When we have genuinely care about somebody and we've helped them make a change in their life, and then it comes back for us tenfold when I see them and they're like, I'm a year sober, I've reconnected with my family, I've got my daughter back in my life.
And I've had 2 fentanyl users who have come back to the emergency department after just conversations with them to encourage them to give up, who've come back a year later and said, look, I went to rehab, I did it, I'm clean.
Asking for help, I think, is actually a strength because it shows that you have courage. It shows that you care about yourself.
And if we work from that place, if we work from a heart-centered place, that's where we need to begin.
Thank you.